So just open the Instant Pot. This is here. I'm just going to quickly mush the potatoes so that we form like a gravy. There it is. I'm going to add the seasoning here. Quickly do that. And I'm going to be adding some water. So I'm going to be adding about 1.5 cups of water initially. And I'm going to bring it to a boil. I'm just going to put it in soup mode to bring it to a boil. The potatoes are entirely for bringing thickness to the gravy. And we're making it a little bit more starchy there. So that's why I've added the potatoes. That's that. So I've added about 1.5 cups of water. And to this, I'm going to be adding just a small lime-sized ball of soaked tamarind. You can omit this step if you don't want it, but this is just so that, like, you know, there's a little bit of sourness to the Ragda. That is that. I'm going to be adding some jaggery as well. So not that much is good. Maybe a little bit more. I'm just looking for a smaller piece. So yeah. Just about a little over a tablespoon of jaggery should be good. And this has to come to a boil and it will thicken significantly. I'm just going to leave this there. Just to get out all the seasoning from here. Once the Ragda has come to a boil, what you can do is you can kind of like fish out the tamarind that you put in, or alternatively you could actually extract the pulp of the soaked tamarind and just use it in the gravy. So that's that. Just going to wait for it to come to a boil there. So I'm just prepping stuff for the patties. That is like kind of like an aloo tikki. So here what I have is some cumin seeds. I have about 1/2 cup of cumin seeds. I'm not going to use the entire thing. I'm just going to be using less than a tablespoon of the dry roasted cumin seeds to actually give some flavor to my potatoes. So I have I bought about two large potatoes here, and I'm like mashing it. And what I have here is the green chutney, and this particular green chutney does not have any onion or garlic. So this is completely no onion, no garlic, and wheat meal. You can hear the 4th of July fireworks. What I have here is about like 2 slices of bread, and I'm just going to that's just so that I have some body to my tikkis. I actually just quickly soaked it in water and took it out, and I'm just going to actually work in the bread with the potatoes nicely so that I don't have pieces of bread and then, you know, potatoes sticking somewhere. So that's what I'm doing here. So I used like I said, I used 2 slices of bread. I just quickly soaked it in the water, and just going to do that. Mush it in fully. Hands work best for this activity. Just that. And I think I need to use another slice of bread. And I have my breadcrumbs, so I'm just going to be using the traditional breadcrumbs, and just a quick soak like that. That should be good enough. So you can see it's just completely becoming soft. So like I said, I use the traditional breadcrumbs. Be careful not to use the Italian seasoned breadcrumbs, and they'll have parsley and oregano and stuff like that, and garlic too, so you don't want to use that. Just use the traditional breadcrumbs, or you could always make your own breadcrumbs. Just toast the bread on a tawa or in a toaster, and use and just put it in a food processor, and you'll have your own breadcrumbs. I'm using store-bought breadcrumbs, but yeah, so you could do that. And this is all nicely mixed in. Next, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be adding a little less than a tablespoon of the dry roasted cumin seeds. There, almost there. So I'm just going to, that's about a teaspoon there. And that is enough. So a teaspoon and a half is what I'm using. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to be putting the green chutney as a stuffing inside the patty to give it some extra oomph. So there it is, nicely mixed in. You could completely omit that step, that's fine too. This is just so that there's a little bit of extra something. You could put some paneer also, that works as well. So what I'm going to do is, okay, that is that. And I'm going to put the breadcrumbs in a plate here like this. Just going to generously put that in. I'm just going to give this a quick stir. And I'm going to form my patties now. What I'll do is just do that and make an indentation like that. And just put a little bit of the chutney. Just really, really little. I would say about 1/8 of a spoon, just that much. And close it. Do that, and you'll be able to close it. It's okay if the chutney oozes out. You're not going to be deep frying it, we're just going to be shallow frying it. That's why you see my dosa tawa there. And roll it nicely in the breadcrumbs. Shape it nicely. Keep it like that. Let me show you a couple more. That again, be generous in making the patties, like it can be big, and make a nicer indentation there. Put the chutney inside and seal it. That is sealed. Alternatively, but there's one more thing that you could do. Make a paste of ginger and green chilies and add it to the potato. That'll work too. Or you could just like cut up ginger and green chilies finely and add it to your potatoes as well. So let me show you one more. And then we can start shallow frying on the dosa tawa, and does not really require much oil, so that's an added bonus. As you can hear, my neighbors are having a really nice time. It's 4th of July here, and they're bursting crackers. And if you have kids, you can completely omit either green chutney or the green chili and ginger. Addition of the green chili and ginger. So I have my patties here. I made some for the kids without the chutney as well. So here, I'm just going to be shallow frying about 6 at a time. You can flatten it some more. Typically the patties are like really flat discs. I like to make mine more like aloo tikkis, a little bit on the healthier side. So this is what it is. And to serve this, what I have is, of course, I have my ragda, and I have a couple of types of chutneys. I have my tamarind chutney as well as my green chutney without the onion and garlic. And what I'm going to use for garnish today is I'm going to be using red onions. You could alternatively, you can use grated white radish, and of course save, and some cilantro, and some pomegranate orlis as well. So those are your options there. You could use all of this, or you could choose to use some of it. So I'm just going to wait for it to actually firm up a little bit before I add any oil to it. So I'm going to turn it off. It took about 3 minutes to cook up the first side, and about 1.5 minutes to cook up the second side. And I'm going to just keep it here so that my plating is a little easier. And I have the red onion. I'm going to be cutting this. This is completely an optional garnish. You could just use white radish, or just stick to save and the pomegranate orlis, and a couple of chutneys, and cilantro, of course, lots of cilantro. Cut the onions really, really fine, as fine as you can cut it. So that's, you know, that's how fine it should be. And you would actually serve it like 2 of the patties with a whole lot of ragda, and people add some butter as well, but I'm trying to keep it vegan, and yeah, so I'm not going to be adding butter. So that one is without the chutney, one without chutney, and one with the chutney there, and some ragda. And if you're going to make the ragda in the morning, if you're going to if it's something that you're going to serve for dinner, or if you're going to cook for a party or something, just make it thin enough, because it will thicken with time. So that's that. And I don't want pieces of the pulp in the ragda, so what I'm just trying to fish it out like that. There it is. Some red onion, some green chutney. Let me mix it in nicely. Some of the tamarind chutney. Like I said before, the green chutney does not have any onion or garlic. Instead, to thicken it, what you could do is you could add some peanuts. That's a very good thickener as well. I'm just going to add a little bit of pomegranate orils there. And just a little bit of save. And cilantro, of course. Finely chopped cilantro there. And I'm going to be adding some more pomegranate. Adding pomegranate to all these shots elevates the dish to a whole different level, and maybe a little bit more of the chutneys there. Just a little bit more. There it is. Ragda patties. It's a very, very popular dish, and as you saw, it did not really take much time, and kids love it, and it's a very heavy starter if you chose to make it as a starter for a dinner party. And yeah, or you could send it as lunch too, for your kids or for yourself. Just pack the ragda and the patties separately, and you'll be good to go. Thanks once again for watching the making of Ragda patties. Please like, subscribe, and share, and comment down below what you would like me to make next. Thank you.